After the judge announced the punishment, there was complete silence in the courtroom. The defendant, also known as the baby eater, has been given a sentence of life in jail without the possibility of parole, the judge said. The atmosphere in the room was one of relief, but also one of shock and amazement. The accused sat in the dock with his head lowered and his face covered with his hands. The audience was left to speculate about what he might have been thinking and how he might have been feeling. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking at baby eater reacting to life sentences in courtroom. Yeah, you heard it right. Over the course of the trial, members of the media jokingly referred to the defendant as a baby eater, and the appellation stuck. It made reference to the defendant's heinous crimes, which included the abduction and murder of young children. The jury's decision to find him guilty on all counts reflected the preponderance of the evidence that had been presented. The verdict and sentencing brought an end to a case that had captured the attention of the entire country. The defendant, whose name was never made public, was known to be a recluse who lived alone in a little hut deep in the woods. His identity was never revealed to the public. His only known interaction with the outside world was throughout the course of his employment at a neighborhood grocery store. He was alone in the world. He had no relatives, no acquaintances, and no recognized associates. The handcuffed defendant was led out of the courthouse as the room was being cleared out. He moved slowly, his head remaining lowered as he walked. Even though the guards did their best to keep the crowd at bay, some people were still able to get close enough to abuse him and jeer at him. At long last, the accused criminal was handcuffed, placed in the back of a van, and taken away. It wasn't until then that he lifted his head, at which point everyone in the room got their first look at his face. He was in his middle years, with thinning hair, hollowed out eyes, and a haunting expression on his face. It appeared as though he had gone several days without sleeping. The media descended in large numbers upon the steps of the courthouse in an effort to catch the glimpse of the defendant and conduct interviews with everyone who had been present in the courtroom. Some people thought he was insane, while others said he was a monster who deserved to spend the rest of his life behind bars. Some voiced their sympathies for the victims and questioned how anyone could be capable of such horrific acts. The public's interest in the case started to dwindle as the days and weeks passed by without any new developments. Everyone, with a few notable exceptions, forgot about the defendant, and as a result, he became simply another prisoner in an already congested system. Yet, I can't help but wonder what was going through his head while he was confined for so many hours. Does he have any feelings of guilt or regret for what he's done? Did he have any regrets about his decisions? After some time had passed, an interview with the defendant was finally permitted to a reporter. As he entered the prison, the reporter, who was a seasoned journalist with years of experience, felt his nerves began to fray. This was the first time he had ever encountered a man like him. Yet, as he continued to speak with the defendant, he became aware that the defendant was not the monstrous figure that the media had portrayed him to be. The defendant spoke in a quiet voice, his words barely audible. He said that he had never intended to harm anyone, let alone innocent babies. He had been living alone in the woods for years, trying to escape the world and the pain that he'd felt for so long. He had never been able to connect with anyone, and he had become lost in his own thoughts. One day, he stumbled upon a baby in the woods. It had been abandoned, and he'd taken it in, hoping to care for it until someone came to claim it. But as the days went by, he began to feel a strange compulsion to harm the child. He tried to fight it, but it was too strong. In the end, he killed the baby and buried it in the woods. After that first killing, the defendant said he could not stop. He became obsessed with finding more babies to kill. He knew it was wrong, but he couldn't help himself. He was sick, he said, and he deserved to be punished. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so that you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section down below. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next video.